about that. You guys are awful quiet. That's your goal. What's your goal? All right, now I believe you. Focus attention. Focus. And touch the front. Start bouncing on your toes. Start bouncing on your toes. All right, while we're on our toes, we're gonna do a front kick. So on your toes, you're bouncing down. You're just gonna pick up the foot. Front kick and keep bouncing on your toes. Yes, ma'am. Ready and kick. 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 Ready kick. Oh, some of us are dropping our hands. You know what I like to do with drop hands? Bump you in the head. Ready kick. Ready kick. Ready kick. Ready kick. Ready kick. Switch your feet. You did a lot of kicks on that leg, so let's get this other leg warmed up with some more kicks. Ready, kick. 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 Some of you guys may wonder why I wander around the classroom or I started doing this more where I bop you guys on the head with the needle. I want you guys to learn early to always keep your hands up no matter what you're doing. Yes, ma'am? If you're in the middle of kicking and I drop my hand and I'm sparring somebody, because yes, you don't spar in level 1, but once you guys reach level 2, there is no slow introduction to sparring. You're in level 2 and you start sparring. Yes, ma'am? So I want you to start kind of getting used to the idea of it now, where you learn to keep those hands up the whole time, no matter what you're doing, you keep those hands up. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. So we're going to work on that beginning today, from now on. Stand up. Touch your left side. 10 alternating back punches. Remember, those back punches are with our back down. We alternate 1, 1, 2, 2. Go all the way to 10. Yes, ma'am? And yes, I might bop you on the head of the needle. You just keep punching, and if your hands are up, you won't get hit in the head. You'll just get hit in the hands. Yes, ma'am? Yes. Go! 'We've done our advice. Ooh, Sebastian has a great idea. Let's work on that footwork. Start bouncing on your toes. Sit to the front. And start bouncing on the toes. Ooh, Brody's got some nice footwork right there. There we go. Ooh, Mr. Eggman's got some good footwork. Footwork is important. You don't want to stop when you're sparring. Yes, ma'am? When you have footwork while you're sparring, it means you're able to move faster. It means you're able to move in and get out really fast when you're sparring. So when you throw a combination, you want to be able to move in, do your combination, and get right back out. Yes, ma'am? If you're stationary, you're much more likely to be able to get hit, and you'll be slower on the offense. Yes, ma'am? So we're still bouncing our toes, even though I'm talking, our hands are still up, because I might get you guys in the face. Yes, ma'am? This is why I use noodles. They're nice. Ready? Front punch, back punch. Ready, go! 6 feet. Ready, go! 6 feet. Still bouncing our toes. Still bouncing our toes. Ready, go! 6 feet. Where did everybody go? Ready, go! Take a knee. I have like 5 students today. Where'd everybody go? Where'd your voices go? Did Ursula steal all your voices? I certainly hope not. Stand up. Because then we have bigger problems under the seat. Set your left. Take a knee. Stand up. Take a knee. Stand up. Take a knee. I still only hear 5, 6 voices now because I definitely hear smacks. Stand up. Take a knee. Stand up. Take a knee. Stand up. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. Turn. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. Turn. You see an offensive. A reminder, offensive means you move forward. Yes, ma'am? Where did you guys go again? Yes, ma'am? Yes. Offensive means you move forward. So when I say offensive backwards, you're going to move forward. And you're going to throw that back punch. Yes, ma'am? Yes. Well, it doesn't mean you move back. So yes, you move forward. And then you move forward again. Yes, ma'am? And if I say go again, you might just move forward again. Yes, ma'am? And if you end up out of your square, that's okay. Everybody else is moving forward too, so you shouldn't get hit. Yes, ma'am? All right, start bouncing on your toes for me. Start bouncing on your toes. Bouncing on those toes. Oh, Max, you got some good forward from me. Ready, offensive back punch. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. And turn. It's beautiful. You guys all somehow stayed in the middle. You must reset. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. Ready, punch. And turn. Come to attention. Reach together, hands above your head. Reach for your toes.
Number 2. American Karate number 2. Actually, I'll have to stand on the side. Number 1. American Karate number 1. Ready?
Countdown from 5.
1, 2, 1.
Feet shoulder widths apart. Remember, your shoulder widths are different from somebody else's shoulder width. So if you have a really tall person, you're trying to match their shoulder width. You're being a little wide, yes, ma'am? Yeah, make sure you guys automatically just go ahead and reach down to the middle. And keeping those knees straight. Trying to reach behind you. Try to reach behind you. Instead of in front of you. Be hearing your stretch and try to reach as far behind you. You still have to maintain that balance and stay on your feet. And walk your hands over to the left leg. This is your opportunity to grab your left leg with both hands and pull yourself into your left leg while keeping your leg straight. This gives you a better stretch. Instead of just reaching for it, you can grab behind it and pull yourself in, keeping your knees straight.
Number 2. There you go.
Countdown for 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And walk hands to the middle and over to your right leg.
Ready? Go.
Countdown for 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Walk hands back to the middle. And slowly slide down through the splits.
Okay.
Moms, a lot of you guys, this is your first time in splits. Just do your best. It's very important that you guys keep your toes up and your heels on the ground. Just like I'm telling your kiddos all the time, toes up is the most important piece. This is building good knees for the future because our knees are not meant to bend sideways to take our pressure.
Ready, go. Not quite. Then we have our little side. Okay. And number 4. Low, high, reverse side.
And sit back, shake your legs out, and stand up. Yes, ma'am?
Number 4. Ready?
Where'd you go?
Ma'am. Yes,
There's a total self-confidence. Well, you guys are doing it well. You guys, as long as you're willing to work for whatever you want, you can achieve anything you want. Yes, ma'am? We're going to take a knee. There you go. You're not afraid of what people will think, no matter what you do. You're not afraid of what other people will think. Yes, ma'am? Yeah. Nor do you believe yourself average, so you don't try to be just like everybody else. You guys try to be superb. You guys try to be amazing. You try to be above the crowd. Yes, ma'am? Because winning black belts rise above the crowd in order to achieve great heights. In order to be an amazing black belt or an amazing scientist, you have to rise above the crowd. Yes, ma'am? Think about Albert Einstein. He had, in order for us to know his name now, he had to rise above the crowd, right? If he had just been any other scientist and didn't really work for his dreams of what he believed could happen in science, would we know his name today? No. There you go. No, because then he wouldn't have risen above the crowd. You have to rise above the crowd to achieve great heights. Yes, ma'am? You guys in karate, you have to rise above the crowd to achieve great heights. Yes, ma'am? So you have to just do your best every day, because every day if you do your best, you're going to improve by 1%. And that 1%, you improve by 1% every day, it's just going to get a little bit better every day. Yes, ma'am? In over 100 days, you will have improved 1% every day. You just improved by over 100%. Yes, ma'am? Well, about 100%. It compounds. Yes, ma'am? Here we go. Everybody stand up. Set your left. For American Karate Combination number 1. That's your back fist, hook kick, back punch. Everybody take a knee. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up.
Yes,
Take a knee. Stand up. Take a knee. Stand up. Take a knee. Stand up. Take a knee. Just do what I'm saying. Take a knee. Stand up. For one, I'm looking for your guys' responses. I'm looking for focus from everybody. For certain of us, I understand why we're not going up and down. That's only one of you guys. Yes, ma'am? Stand up! Set you up! Our moms. Hook kicks are the ones where we go around with our foot and kick our bottom. And our back fist is the one where we hook the back of our fist with our front hand. And then our back punch. Kids, which hand do we punch with our back punch? Back hand! Yes, there we go. So we're doing a back fist, hook kick, back punch. Ready to go! You guys are new. I'm going to have you go over here. Oh, you don't have to worry about Kids, you better look amazing so your moms that are on the floor can look at you to figure it out. Yes, ma'am? Some of them it's their first class, some of them it's only their second, and I'm just tossing them into the fire. So you guys better help them and demonstrate by leading by example. Yes, ma'am? At home, I'm talking to you guys too. Even though your moms aren't with you and there's not moms on the floor, you guys should still be set to the left. You're at home, but where you guys are in the karate classroom. Yes, ma'am? No matter where you're at, everybody take a knee.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Even if I don't look specifically to you guys or use your name, whether you're in the classroom or at home, I am still looking. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. When you're at home, if you guys don't know how to act at home, when you guys have to be on Zoom for classes, there's a wonderful thing Mr. Burton drew up that you guys can grab from the karate school. Mr. Burton's tips from home. Remember, when you guys are at home, despite wherever you're practicing, once you log into Zoom, you are in the karate classroom. Yes, ma'am? So you treat everything like I'm standing right in front of you. Because sometimes I am. Yes, ma'am? Stand up! Sit to your right! American Karate Combination number 1. That's that. Still back, this hook, kick back. Go! Turn! Go! Back fist, hook kick, back turn! You guys gotta be faster than that. You guys gotta beat the noodle noise. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready, go! Turn! Ready, go! Turn! Front leg hook kick, ladies. Ready, go! Turn! Take a knee, yes, ma'am? Stand up! Switch your left! I say hook kick! Chamber for a hook kick. Ready, go! That's where you're going to pick it right up in front of you. Your bottom foot's pivoted so your toes are facing behind you. Your heel is facing your target. I'm going to be setting it for you ladies. You guys can actually see what it looks like. So you guys have it up in front of you. Pick it up. Here you go. Ready, hit! There you go. Go ahead and set it down. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Turn! Yes, the other way. Ready? Pick it up. Hit! And then down. There you go. So remember the hook kick. You're hooking things. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. I'm still throwing things to the fire. Set to the left. American Karate Combination number 1. You guys have to still beat the noodle noise. Ready, go! Dylan, you gotta move faster than that. Turn! Ready, go! Turn! Ready, go! Turn! Ready, go! Turn! Ready, go! You guys should take your time to make sure you get it right. Turn! Ready, go! Turn! Hands are and eyes are on your fantastic. Find a partner near your square. Go. Yes, our moms are going to be partners with each other. There's partners. Highest rank or oldest partner is going to come over here for a kick pad. You better run, yes, ma'am? Go. Oh. Dylan, I can't hear you, but you'll need a kick pad or a wave nest or a partner or a pillow. Something where your partner can hold it like this and you can kick it. And if you don't have a coach, we'll just have to practice it towards the camera. But hurry up, let's see if you can find a coach. Run! If you're allowed to run in your house, run! Or at least walk with purpose. All right, everybody take me, yes, ma'am? Everybody say, slide inside, side. Slide. Let's see. Mr. Grant, come on up here. Go ahead and leave your pad. Thank you, sir. So I'm going to hand you this one. gonna hold this pad, sir. All right. Everybody say power.
Power.
Side kicks. Side kicks are very powerful kicks. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And your American karate combination number 2 starts off with slide inside side. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
So we're gonna practice that slide inside side for our combination. You're gonna do it with a whole lot of power. Yes, ma'am? That's why we have these wonderful big cushy pads, because they take a lot of power. Yes, ma'am? And yes, you will probably be pushed back a little bit, and you'll just have to stay on your feet. Yes, ma'am? There you go. Ready? Go ahead. There you go. Just like that. Yes, ma'am? In fact, what I want you all to do instead, just because I saw this, I want you to take your other hand, holding on to the grip. I want you to put it in front of your face. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. And push it forward. Go. Yes, ma'am? Oh, Mr. Grant's being an awesome pad holder up here. Give him one clap. Give him 2 claps. Say rook. So pad holders, be prepared. Your partner might have a lot of power that might send you flying. Yes, ma'am? Just stay on your feet. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
We're learning with these wonderful pads what it feels like kind of to be kicked. Yes, ma'am?
Yes.
And we're also learning what it feels like to kick another person so that we're ready for sparring. Yes, ma'am? Stand up! Dylan, have a little bit more control at home because that pillow is not as thick as these. Thank you. Be nice to your coach. Measure partner, attention, no courtesy. Set to your partner with a loud. There you go. And begin. Learn now how to get hit and still be able to function. Time! Face your partner, come to attention, no courtesy. Hand the pad over, yes ma'am? And begin. Dylan, it's your turn to be kicked. I hope you were nice to your coach. Be nice to your coach. Teach her how it's done. Teach her learn to teach. There you go. So, Sophia, see if you can rock that leg master, ma'am. See if you can make it rock when you slide in. Your feet are not moving to the floor. Watch. Hand time! Please your partner, come to attention backwards, see? Go ahead and set that pad down in front of your square or behind your square, but please not on the side. Not on the side. Sakulasaya! All right, American Karate combination number 2. Yes, ma'am? Slide in side, side, back punch, back leg ground kick, spin back fist, backhand, ridge hand. Yes, ma'am? All right, your turn. Ready, go. Slide in side, side, back punch, back leg ground kick, spin back fist, backhand, ridge. Turn! All right, let me have you guys say it and do it. Yes, ma'am? Be nice and loud so our moms on the floor can do their best to keep up with you guys. Yes, ma'am? Yes! American Karate combination number 2. Go! American Karate number 2, Dylan! Slide inside, side, back punch. Back leg round kick, spin, back fist, backhand ridge. Turn! Take a knee. Everybody say self-control. And discipline. I know sometimes some of you guys are like, oh my goodness, Miss Christensen, I want to move on or I want to move. I just did a combination. Sometimes I talk to let others breathe. Yes, ma'am? There you go. So when you guys are here, when you guys land that last technique, I want you to hold it with self-discipline. That's having discipline over your own body. Yes, ma'am? And focus. You have to just stare down your invisible target. You don't know who it is. That might be Max's back because you're right behind it, but you're just going to stare it down. Yes, ma'am? There you go. You have to stare it down. I want that person that you're behind to be like, ugh. Feel creepy crawlies because somebody's staring at my back so hard. Yes, ma'am? There you go. Stand up. Sit to your left. American Karate combination number 2. Say it and do it. Nice and loud. Yes, ma'am? Go. Turn! Ready, go! Slide inside, side! Turn! Ready, go! Turn! Ready, go! Turn! Take a knee. You're about to get back in the powder and you guys are going to have a lot of pads to clean today. Yes, ma'am? We're going to get our kick pads, the slappy ones. Yes, ma'am? Yeah. We're going to practice our back leg round kick. Most of you guys already know what our back leg round kicks look like, but I'll demonstrate in a minute. For now, those of you who did not grab the pad last time, come get it this time. Yes, ma'am? Yes. Go! Make sure I get Thank you for running. You need to run. Thank you. Even our moms have to run because you run with purpose. There you go. You guys want something, you have to get there quickly. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am? You move with purpose. Everywhere you go, you move with purpose. Yes, ma'am? Because if you don't, somebody might beat you to it. Yes, ma'am? Somebody might beat you to your black belts. And let me tell you right now a story. When I was testing for my high brown belt, they looked at that group of high browns, my group of high browns, and they noticed we walked everywhere because we had 5-minute breaks. So we'd walk to our bags. We'd take a drink of water. We'd set it down. We'd walk back out onto the floor, and we'd stand there. Yes, ma'am? The black belts determined that we were not hungry enough for our black belts. So they failed, every single one of us. And we had to wait another 6 months in order to test for our high brown. Yes, ma'am? So you guys, one of the ways you demonstrate that you're hungry for something, that you really want it, is that you go, you rush everywhere, you move everywhere with purpose. Yes, ma'am? You turn with purpose, you turn with purpose, you reset with purpose. Yes, ma'am? You run everywhere you need to go, unless I say walk with purpose. Yes, ma'am? Stand up! Yes, ma'am! Since you're gonna say, oh, many of you guys are wondering what you're gonna do with this pad. For right now, you're gonna sit in front of you. Yes, ma'am? Please set it down in front of you. We don't drop our toys at home, so we don't drop our equipment to our practice gear here in high school. Back leg round kick. What you guys are gonna do with your back leg round kick is you guys are gonna make sure you're going to pick up that back leg and point your knee. Yes, ma'am? When you point your knee, notice Miss Wanninger immediately pivoted her back foot. Yes, ma'am? There you go. And then she's going to snap her leg out and back. And then she said it to sit down. Yes, ma'am? She set it down right in front of her. So now she has a new back foot. So she does it with this foot. She's going to pick it up, twist all the way around, snap it out, and set it down. Yes, ma'am? All right, so it's your guys' turn to practice without the pad first, and then we're going to bring the pads in. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
I heard 3 of you. Yes, ma'am?
Yes.
So do you look loud?
Yes.
Back leg round kick. Your hands are. Your eyes are on your. Because if your eyes aren't on your target, then you're more likely to kick where you're looking. And if you're looking at somebody in front by the mirrors, you might kick that person. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Jordan, can you slide forward just a little bit, ma'am? Thank you. Back leg round kick, ready, kick. Sit down right in front of you. Ready and kick. Turn. Your hands are up by your face. Mr. Mason, can you slide forward for me, sir? Thank you. Ready, kick. Ready, kick. And take me, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So with your partner, you're going to take your kick pad and you're going to hold it up. Miss Jordan, come on up here for me, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You have beautiful looking round kicks. So set to me loud. There you go. So you're going to hold that pad. For starters, you're going to hold it about their waist level. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. She's going to do her back leg kick. Ready, kick? Notice she waited until I said kick. Yes, ma'am? It's the pad holder's job to be the coach with the voice to tell them what to do. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
it's time to kick or if it's time, oh, make sure you keep your hands up. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Be the coach with confidence. Everybody say communicate with confidence. The music is going to be loud. Your partner needs to hear you. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Be
ma'am.
loud, coach. Ready, kick. There you go. Oh, she kicked over. Ready, kick. There you go. Notice I scoot back every time because she's moving forward. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you cross your squares that you and your partner hold, you're going to reset. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready, kick. Ready, kick. Ready, kick. Reset. You didn't say reset because you're more likely to know where you are than your partner is. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up.
Yes, ma'am. All the
Thank
way
you.
here.
Wait, no, you didn't. I stole it from him. Thank you. Where's your partner? Come to attention. Bell courtesy. Real quick, because I just saw it as we were starting. Round kicks. You need to hold the pad this way. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Directly facing your partner. So if you're at home, you have to face it directly here. Yes, ma'am? So if I'm doing match right here, it's this way. If you turn it this way and your partner does a back leg round kick, they're either going to stub their toes on the handle Or they're gonna kick this hard pad. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
The pad is padded on the sides, not the fronts. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Begin.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay.
And time! Face your partner! Come to attention, bell courtesy! Hand the pad over to your partner. Miss Sophia and Mr. Dillon, I hope you guys are grabbing coaches. And go!
Don't let the bass catch up. Don't let the bass catch up.
And time! Ooh, Miss Sophia, that looks pretty good, ma'am. There you go. Finish your partner, cut your attention, foul courtesy. So thank you, partner. Go and set that pad down. The partner who doesn't have a pad to clean at the end of class cleans this one. Yes, ma'am? There we go. So everybody has a pad to clean today. Yes, ma'am? All right. Everybody, hand behind your back. Let me have Mr. Sebastian come on up here. Thank you for the love. Yes, ma'am. Hand back, please. So fast, you're trying to trip me up here. All right, he's turning in. Speedy. All right. Mr. Sebastian is turning in his healthy eating, his book club card, his self-discipline, his karate practice log, ×2. Practicing a lot at home. Good. All right. It's always important to practice a lot. And his job list. Give him one clap. Give him 2 claps. You rock. How do you do this one, man? All right. Keep working on that. That's awesome. I want you to keep up that hard work. Yes, ma'am? All right. Let me have Miss Jordan come on up here. All right. Miss Jordan is turning in her gray stripe. Give her one clap. Give her 2 claps. Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Brody coming up here. Yes, ma'am. He's turning in his blue club card, his gray stripe, and his blue stripe. Give him 1. Give him 2. Oh, yeah. So you have Mr. Daniel, come on up here. There you go. Mr. Daniel's turning in his karate practice log and his grace check. Give him 1, 2, 2. Say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, Mr. Laszlo, come on up here. All right, Mr. Laszlo's turning in his healthy eating and his self-discipline and his karate practice log. Give him 1, 2, 2. Say, booyah. Booyah. Sir. Oh, right, everybody hands behind your back. I don't know if you guys know, but we have this thing called a run challenge. It's the May run challenge. So it's up here where you put your shoes right now. And level 1 is on there. So the run challenge is what we're challenging you guys to do. We're not taking volunteers. You guys have already been, I'm going to use an army term here. You guys have all been voluntold that you need to run a mile and time how long it takes. Yes, ma'am? Well, I mean, at least if you want to be in the challenge. Because the challenge is we want to see who the fastest people are and people with the most improved times. Yes, ma'am? All right. So what you have to do is, all you have to do is run 1 mile and time how long it takes you. I encourage you guys to run multiple times. And every time you run 1 mile, come tell us your time that you ran. Yes, ma'am? And we'll put it up there. So sometimes, so people can see what time they need to be. Because you guys are a team. Look around you right now. These are the people that you're most likely going to earn your black belt with. Yes, ma'am? There you go. Who wants to earn your black belt with these people? There you go. So as a team, you guys challenge each other and you push each other. Yes, ma'am? That's what this challenge helps you guys do. You guys come tell us your times. We'll put your time up there. Who wants to be the fastest runner in your level? There you go. So the only time you can be the fastest runner is by constantly looking up there. It's constantly telling us your time, constantly looking at the times that you need to be. Yes, ma'am? All right. Yes, Mr. Dillon. No? Ms. Sophia? Question? Okay. Looks like you had a question. All right, thank you. So make sure you guys are running that, yes, ma'am? It runs for the entire month of May. In fact, I believe we're going to have one every month for the rest of the summer. Yes, ma'am? All right. So get out there, start running. I recommend as the days get warmer, start running earlier in the morning because it's a little cooler. Yes, ma'am? Yes, Miss Max. That's fantastic. Just time how long it takes you to run 1 mile. There you go. Also, gray stripes are due today as well as your blue stripes. Yes, ma'am? There you go. So make sure you guys, if you haven't gotten them done and turned in, do that before you leave. Yes, ma'am? If you don't know if you haven't turned them in yet or not, you can look up at that wonderful sheet up there. Remember, if you've turned them in this week, I really hope you know that because that sheet's updated as of Monday. Yes, ma'am? May 3rd in the morning. How's my back? Black Belt Creed, as dedicated student of martial arts, I live my life by the principles of Black Belt. Modesty, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and demonstration. Time to attention. Loud and proud position. Awesome. Master Club, you guys, just nice leadership. You need your notebook, your pens, your coaches. Go. Well, you need your coaches if you need help writing. And I think one of your teammates might be in need of a piece of paper. So he might come around and ask for a piece of paper. Thank you guys for cleaning your pads. And I did intentionally leave the doors open of where they all belong so we can put them away instead of getting a lot of piles in front of the classroom. Well, we have to learn to put our toys away. Initially, I know the reason why we all hand them out is we're worried about the whole conglomeration of everybody grabbing them, but now we're able to do a little less as long as we keep our mask and it's only for short periods of time. Mr. Dillon, what did you say? Yes, sir, you do. It is required as level 1. In order for you to be eligible to test and promote to your next belt, you need your gray stripes. This time for progress check, you need 1. But they all have to be turned in on time. You also need a blue stripe. The blue stripes are always due at the same time as the gray stripes are. At time of test, you have to have 2. At time of progress check, you have to have 1. The requirements are all right above the sheet up there. I know, Dylan, you haven't been in yet this week, so you didn't see those requirements, but now you know. Make sure you get that karate practice log. Karate practice log. Reminder, karate practice log is how you guys as level 1 students earn those blue stripes. As basic, you guys earn for the basic karate homework. You guys don't earn blue stripes for those anymore. You have to do the practice log. Just ma'am? All right. This week, we are talking about the law of the price tag. And the law of the price tag states that the team fails to reach its potential when it fails to pay the price. The team fails to reach its potential when it fails to pay the price. So my question for you guys right now is, when do you think a team stops growing? Do you think it stops growing when it decides, nah, we're good enough? Brody gives me a nod. I'm looking out and seeing a lot of blank faces. Miss Jordan, when do you think a team fails to grow?
When they don't practice.
When they don't practice. Yes, give her 1 clap. Give her 1 clap. Here you go. Mr. Laszlo, when does the team stop growing? When they decide to give up. Ooh, that's a great answer. Give her 1 clap. All right. What's Mrs. Sebastian?
Stop focusing and
When you're not being focused. All right, give them 1 clap. When you're not being focused on the goal that your team wants to reach. Yes, Mr. Dion. When you stop talking. Ooh, when you stop communicating with each other, you'll also stop growing as a team. Good job, Mr. Dion. Give 1 clap. All right. So a team stops growing when they decide that they're going to stop trying to learn, when they decide that they're not going to focus on their goal. All of you guys had awesome answers, so I have a demonstration for you guys real fast. If you take some fleas and you put them in a jar and you put the lid on, at first those fleas start jumping on the lid. They're like, I want to be free, and they keep hitting the lid with their heads, and eventually they're like, oh, my head hurts. But, oh, hey, this feels good. If I only jump this high, my head doesn't hurt. And at that point in time, the flea trainer usually takes off the lid, and suddenly those fleas could be free. But they decided to stop jumping as high, so they don't know that they could be free if they only continue to jump a little higher. Does that guys make sense to you guys? Grant, does it make sense? Okay, thank you. So growth is always painful. If those fleas have decided to keep letting their heads get hit on the jar, that growth, yes, it's a little painful, but what if the flea trainer took the lid off the jar and they were still jumping that high? What would happen? Yes. They would be free! There we go. They would accomplish their goal of being free. So you have to work to accomplish your goal. You have to be willing to pay the price because growth is painful. In karate, your growth towards your full splits, that's pretty painful, right? But you have to continue practicing your full splits every day. You have to keep working on those splits every day. And you have to keep pushing it. Oh, this hurts, but I'm still hold it a little longer. Because that's what helps you grow. That's what helps you push it and grow into those full splits. Become or achieve your goal of having the full splits. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So note I have for you guys 3 price points. There are 3 price points for you guys to write down. There you go. Price point number 1 is everyone must pay the price. Everyone must pay the price. Because if someone on the team decides not to pay the price, everyone on the team will still end up paying it somehow, some way. Yes, ma'am? Whether that be, I don't do this so much for you guys in level 1 yet because you guys are still learning. But when you hit level 3, I definitely do this in level 3. They're a team. You guys are a team. Yes, ma'am? I don't let them get up from push-up position until I actually see everybody in push-up position. If I see somebody drop to their knees in push-up position, they hang out in push-up position a little longer because somebody was on their knees. Yes, ma'am? If they're in the splits and somebody decides that they're going to sit on their bottom, they stay down a little longer. Because if someone doesn't pay the price, everyone still pays it. It's the law of the price tag. Yes, ma'am? Everyone must pay the price. In some way, somehow, you will also pay the price. Price point number 2 is the price must be paid all the time. All of the time. You must pay the price all the time. Because if you don't always pay the price, if you decide to stop practicing your level 1 curriculum because, oh man, I'm in level 2 now. I'm going to start practicing my level 1. I'm only going to focus on my level 2. Well, let me tell you, in order to get to level 3, you have to be able to demonstrate all of your level 1 and all of your level 2. If you stop practicing your level 1, you forget your level 1. Yes, ma'am? Right now, you guys learn these forms, and I don't keep going over them in class. You guys, some of you guys have learned Chun-Ji and Karma 1, but if you guys don't practice those at home, you won't continue learning them. Or sorry, you won't remember them. And when it comes time for you to test out of level 1 and into level 2, if you don't know all of your level 1 curriculum, you can't move forward. Yes, ma'am? Because you're not ready. Price point number 3, I'll tell you in a moment. First, everybody stand up for me. Yes, ma'am. Praise Mr. Christensen.
All right, guys, real quick, we have Miss Naomi here. She's jumping out here and joining Abraham for a little bit. But she did an excellent job working on setting her goals and memorizing her student creeds. So today, she's earning her white belt. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Woo!
Everybody, please come to attention. Thanks, Miss Naomi, and courtesy. Excellent. One more big round of applause.
Woo! Price point number 3. The price compounds if not paid early. The price compounds if not paid early. So if you guys don't pay the price, if you guys don't continue practicing your curriculum as you learn it, as you move on to the next form, if you decide, oh, we're learning Kosan now, I'm not going to practice Kangun. If you don't keep paying the price, consistently practicing all the forms that you learned all the time, when you try to test into level 2, do you think you guys will be very successful? No, you will not. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. If you guys think of multiplication, some of you guys have learned multiplication, some of you guys haven't. But if you guys, that's what compound means. The price builds on itself. And it just keeps building. It doesn't go plus, it goes multiply. Multiply means that instead of going 2 plus 2, it's more like 2 times 4. Which means there's this much instead of just this much. Yeah? And if you still don't do it, it just builds. The price keeps building. And now you have all of this price to pay instead of just this much. Yes, ma'am? All right. So as your guys' homework, because we ran out of time, I want you guys to write one goal for the next 5 years. One goal for every year of the next 5 years. I want you guys to think of what are the prices that you need to pay to reach those goals. Write those prices down. This is part of writing a SMART goal. I want you guys to actually create SMART goals. I want you guys to make them specific, measurable, realistic, attainable, and time bound. Yes, ma'am? There you go. That's what makes it one for every year for the next 5 years. Yes, ma'am? There you go. If you guys don't remember what SMART goals are, pick up a goal setting sheet from the front desk. That's the one with the uniform on it. It tells you how to create SMART goals. All right, everybody stand up. Yes, ma'am. Come to attention. Go, Chrissy. You guys are dismissed. You need to clean your square and your pads. Share your pads with other people around you to help clean. Yes, ma'am. And put them away in the cabinet where you got them from. Go. Oh, and you only have 2 minutes to do all that. Go. Level 3, you may enter the floor. I highly recommend you introduce yourself to level 1 and help them clean. That doesn't